vanilla rhubarb jam. Yummy. So I'm just going to jump right in and get this going. So we're going to cut up 7 cups of rhubarb, and you're going to need 1 vanilla bean, and you're going to cut that in half and scrape out the seeds. You're also going to need 1 cup of black tea, 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, a half a tablespoon of butter, 1 packet of pectin. I'm going to use liquid, but this works with the powdered pectin as well, so whatever you have. And then 4 cups of sugar. So we're just going to jump right in and get this going. So we're just going to take just a teeny bit of the dry ends off. We're not going to use those. And then we're going to cut this in pretty small pieces, about a 1/4 inch. We have our rhubarb all cut up. We got about 7 cups here, and we are going to add 4 cups of sugar. We're going to put it right in, and I had that all measured out. And then we're going to put in our cup of black tea. You can use any brand you like. It makes such a great flavor. And then we're just going to mix this up. And we're going to get it on the stove and bring it to a boil. Once you're up to a full rolling boil, you want to take this and you're going to turn it down to a simmer, medium low. You just want it to slowly simmer. We're going to let this simmer for about 5 minutes until the rhubarb is nice and tender. When you take the spoon and push it up against the side of the pan, it should squish pretty easily. You want it to be nice and tender. So we're just going to let this simmer on its own for about 5 minutes. I'll keep an eye on it. And we're going to get our vanilla ready, our vanilla bean. We're going to slice it and scoop out the seeds. Okay, so once you've sliced your vanilla bean in half, you'll see there are millions of little seeds in there. We're just going to scrape that with a knife so we can put that into the jam. I'm also going to put the bean part in the jam, but I'll fish that out before I bottle it. Just put the big pieces in, and it just helps give it a little bit more vanilla flavor. I really like that vanilla. When you take a little piece of rhubarb on your spoon, if you let me move this pan over a little, if you kind of smash it with the spoon up against the side, you'll see it really easily gets squished. So that's when you know your rhubarb is done, when it's nice and tender like that. So now we're going to add our lemon juice. I'm going to add that right in there. About 2½ tablespoons. It's about what's in a lemon. And then all of our scraped vanilla bean, we're going to put that right in there too. I'm going to put that right in there. And then I'm going to take this pod and throw the pod right in there. And I'll just fish the pod out before I put it in jars. And we're just going to let this simmer for about 10 minutes. And then simmering, I've got my lids in just warm water. I just want to soften those rubber seals a little bit on the edges so we get a nice good seal. So I've got those just warm. We don't want to bring those to a boil at all. We just want them warmed. And then we've also got jars sterilizing in water bath. So once this is done, our jars will be hot and ready to ladle it right in really fast, so we can, when you hot pack, you want to get it right into the jars, and you want it to be boiling hot and then right into the can. I wish I had smell-o-vision. This smells so good. The vanilla is just, it's a perfect blend. It smells so delicious. So this has been simmering for about 10 minutes. So we're going to add I'm going to add half a tablespoon of butter, just to help keep the foaming down. You do not have to put that in there, but I do, and it helps a lot with the foaming, so you don't get so much. And we're going to put in 1 packet of the liquid pectin, and we're going to bring this up to a boil, to a full rolling boil, for about 3, maybe 4 minutes. We want this pectin to set up now. So we're going to get all this out that we can. Oh, get in there. And then we're going to get this baby up to a rolling boil. So this has been boiling for about 3 minutes, so we're going to just put a spoon in here and we're going to bring it up and just make sure we're getting a nice even coating on there. So when this cools down, it's going to get thicker. So this is a nice, good consistency for a jam. So we're going to pull this off the burner and we're going to get it into our jar. Real quick, before we put our lids and rings on, I didn't want to miss this step for you. It's really important that you wipe all your rims. You want to make sure you get a good seal so these will last in the pantry. If you don't get a good seal, you can throw it right in the fridge. If one doesn't seal, throw it right in the fridge and just eat that up in a few weeks, which I'm sure you won't have any trouble with. This is so tasty. I'm licking the pan over here. It's so good. The little leftovers, yummy, yummy. So you just want to make sure these are wiped really good. They're nice and clean, and then you're just going to pop your lids and rings on. And simple as that. And again, finger tight, so the air can still escape and it can create that vacuum seal. You won't get any water in these. And we're just going to get these closed up and into the canner. You just want to make sure all your jars are completely covered in water. And then I've got my water nice and hot because my jars are hot, the food is hot, everything is hot. So this goes pretty quick. We're just going to put this up on high and get this boiling, and then we'll turn it down a little bit so it doesn't boil over. But we'll get this on, get this boiling and a full rolling boil for 10 minutes to process this jelly. And then we'll pull them out. And pulled our vanilla rhubarb jam out of the canner, and it is all done. So we're going to let this set on the counter just until tomorrow, and in the morning I'll remove the bands and we'll wipe everything down and label them, and they're ready for the pantry. And that's it. It's simple as that. Jam is so easy to make, easy to preserve, and you have it for all winter long. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.